Hello, Taurus. Welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. If Taurus is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your tarot card reading. Remember to hit the like button, leave a comment, consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. It is totally free, does not cost anything. If there is anything you would like me to pray over, or meditate upon, or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, this is a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger, and I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I provide. And remember, Taurus, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. Hanged Man. You're someone that tends to sometimes put other people before yourself, right? Believe it or not. I think that you understand that a life that is meaningful, a life that is worthwhile, a life that has purpose, a successful, really even a happy life, is one where you're going to have to sacrifice. You're going to have to suffer. You're going to have to work hard. You're going to have to choose the difficult thing over the sort of easy thing, right? As often as you possibly can. Okay. So the Hanged Man represents this idea of, well, in some ways, we're voluntarily suffering in life rather than involuntarily suffering. That we're going with the current of energy that is more in tune with our soul. If we're going to suffer, if we're going to have hardship in life anyway, might as well do it in a way that is intentional, do it in a way that is voluntary and purposeful and meaningful, right? Otherwise, the Hanged Man becomes kind of just an energy that surrenders, an energy that acquiesces to the world around it and just says, I'm just going to be a cork on the ocean. I'm just going to be a leaf in the wind. And whatever happens to me, happens to me. Okay, well, we're going to suffer either way, right? So I think you're suffering with intentionality here. Well, let's put some other cards on the table. Yeah, look at that. That's the Empress card. Wow, beautiful. If you really want this, right, and the Empress in this case represents all of the rewards. If this is the suffering, this is the healing. This is the sort of, this is the life that we're suffering for. This is what we're trying to this is the world we're trying to create for ourselves. Okay, the Empress. It's the paradise. It's the big rock candy mountain. It's heaven on earth. It's the Garden of Eden. Okay, and the Hanged Man is something, an energy that believes in this so much that I'm willing to suffer for it. That I'm willing to say no to the more pleasurable or desirable things and do the difficult. Take the path less traveled. Take the more difficult road. Because I believe in this. So you have this sort of commitment, this devotion to this principle or this life or this idea of success that goes way beyond just your sort of ego consciousness needs. Okay? I'm trying to invoke the Empress here. Yeah, you got the star underneath you. Yeah, this is your destiny. You got the Death card behind you. The World card up above you. Are we going to do it? Are we going to get another major arcana energy? This is already a lot. I think the universe is aligning for your success right now as we speak. Future position, it's not a major, but it's bringing the energy back to you. It's saying you got to mobilize your energy. You've got to get to it. It's all about you and your efforts, and it's kind of like, you've been suffering maybe for a long time. It could be that you've really been in a deep phase of transformation and sacrifice, and now I think Spirit's saying that you're getting rewarded for all of that sacrifice. That it's making a difference. That all of your success now is coming to you. And I think that really is going to fire you up, motivate you, right? This is the first appearance of any kind of fire energy. And over here, we've got another court card, a Prince of Swords, a Knight of Swords, a Prince of Pentacles, and a 5 of swords. Interesting here. Interesting here, especially with all the air energy. Okay? Because I feel like over here is all spirit. Over here is all you. Okay? Spirit is this wave that is just sort of taking over your life. And there's part of you that doesn't believe it, especially with that 5 of swords. There's part of you that's kind of like, wait, where's the joke? Where are the hidden cameras? You know? And so we're going to have to deal with that. Okay, we're going to have to deal with our own thoughts. And I think really the 5 of swords is saying that we have to be open to changing our minds about things. Okay? This is, it looks like a bad card, and every card has light and shadow, by the way. But this doesn't have to be a bad card. I think in your case here, this is a card that is allowing you. It's an energy that is showing that new thoughts are swirling around in your head. It shows that you're thinking, right? It shows that you're open to changing your beliefs and your values about life. That you're open to recognizing the new vistas that are opening, the new horizons that are appearing before you, you know. I think your world is expanding exponentially. I think your success is, you got the universe, I think it's out of this world, right? This is really, really good. Let's do a mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. This is a random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot. This is the Factor Infinite and Unknown. We're going to set it down right here with Mr. Tao, the yin-yang duck, right on top. And now we're not going to look at that card until the very end, but it will tie everything together and it will give us the confirmation that we need. If you have a prediction for that card, please put it in the comments down below. Now, let's look around the room a little bit. We've got obviously our major. We've got fire. We've got no water. We've got air, and we got a little bit of earth. Okay, this is a lot of air over here. And even the Prince of Pentacles is an heir of Earth, right? All the princes are the sort of air energy of the suit that they're in. So this is also sort of an air card. Okay, fire here and a lot of air. And I think the air is really going to be how we deal with success. I think it's going to be how we choose to believe that this is meant for us, how we believe that, I can get out of this. I can get out of this suffering now. I can pull myself out of I don't have to be in this position anymore. And the Empress is here to say all of your wounds, let's heal them. All of your suffering, let's pay it back. Okay? I feel like it's karmic rewards kind of coming in. The Empress is that card of the kind of highest spiritual love. It's kind of like saying the universe is really sending it back to you right now. And between these two cards, I feel like you have suffered and sacrificed. You've given up a lot of what most people would say, I'm not willing to give that up. You've taken the difficult road when most people would have just taken the easy way. Okay? And I think that it's bringing you the success that you really have been after. And I don't think that this is necessarily a particular goal. I don't know if it's like a finish line. It doesn't feel that way. It feels like we're trying to create a life where everything that we put into it, we're getting a return on that. It's coming back to us. Okay? You didn't start out that way. You just said, I believe in this thing. I love this thing. I'm going to give it everything I've got. I'm going to choose my devotion. I'm going to choose it over everything else. I'm going to choose this life, this path, whether it's a business, a relationship, whether it's your family, whether it's your art, your creativity, it's your spirituality. You're choosing that over anything else. And now it feels like everything that you've sacrificed, everything that you've put into it is coming back to you. Right? That every wound you've suffered along your journey, on this long winding road of your path, every wound that you've suffered, Spirit is healing it. Okay? Feels like the universe is truly aligning for your success right now. This is extraordinary. There's a lot of major arcana energy. Okay? A lot of major arcana energy and a lot of court cards. Too. With this amount of court cards, I know that there's a group of people around you, and I don't know if this is kind of, if this is you, well, I want to point out too that this is the Taurus energy. This is one of your superpower cards. So let's ring the bell for that. because this is kind of saying that, even with the success that you will achieve, you're not giving up on that work ethic. It's like and that's why this card's in the position of the obstacle. Because I think it's difficult for you to ease down, It's difficult for you to stop doing the daily grind, to stop suffering and sacrificing every single day like you've been doing. Once we get fixed in this earth energy, it's just like, I go to work, I work, I work, I work, I build, I build, I build. This is the builder card, right? It's kind of like when the house is done and someone's got to go tap the builder on the shoulder and say, hey, it's done. You've built it. You can sit down now. You can rest. And no, I gotta keep building. No. Have a seat, relax. Have some iced tea. Kick your feet up on the cooler, It's difficult for you to get out of that. So even if this is, even in retirement, it's difficult for you to not get up at the same time every day and really try to do the same work every day, even though, hey, you don't have to do that anymore. You're done. You've made it. You've done it, But I think that's the kind of person you are. You always need something to be, you want to be useful. You want to be effective. You want to have some job to do. You always want to have something to build. Okay? And maybe that's what our Five of Swords is, kind of finding out, well, what are we going to build next? How can we continue this journey even though we're achieving this kind of ultimate success, or what feels like a really big celebration of a lot of hard work for you, especially with this Death card behind you. This could be a long, grueling career, and this is the sort of the zenith, the peak, the pinnacle of it all. It could be the big celebration. It could be a lifetime achievement award. This could be a retirement party. This could be a lot of other things. This could be graduation day. This could be the day that, it could be the day that your kids become adults. They go off to college, or they go off to the workforce, or they go get their own place or something. It's to me, it feels like a milestone in your life. Okay? And I think it's something that you have been, and this could be, I don't know, it could be a lot of different things. It could be all the time that you spent in the garage working on the car. Well, now that car's done. And it's kind of like Spirit needs to come tap you on the shoulder and say, hey, it's done. We don't have to mess with it anymore. Now you can drive it. Now you can take it out on Sundays and enjoy it. You've finished doing this project. Maybe this is like a home renovation. I don't know. It could be all sorts of things. Okay? But I hope that gives at least a little bit of an idea of what that energy is. There is a group of people around you, behind you, a group of people that you are kind of advocating for. It feels like the Knight of Wands is kind of leading these people. If this is you're the head of the family, these are the family members kind of thing. Kind of feels like you're responsible for all of these people. And it's your job to sort of worry about the future, right? So we're going to talk about this card first, or maybe second, third, I don't know what card we're on. This is the Knight of Wands. It's an Aries energy. It's an energy that's always looking at the future, always has its eyes set on a destination, and it is charging in that direction, full speed ahead. Full activation of our energy, full mobility, full mobilization. We're ambulating as fast as we can towards something else, right? It's a cardinal fire energy, right? The Aries energy. So it's kind of saying that, like, even if you get the ultimate success, even if this is your graduation party or your retirement party or whatever it is, the birth of your kids or something, you cannot wait to get up and start running toward the next thing for you. There's no shortage of energy for you. This is a real vital energy, and your ability to mobilize it. Okay? And, it could be really a direct response of all of this hard work, suffering, and sacrifice. Right? And now you get that reward, and it really just fires you up. It motivates you to either keep building the same world, the same destiny, the same future that you've been working on the whole time, right? Maybe a different aspect of it. It's kind of like you're renovating your whole house. Well, someday it's the bathroom, and then it's going to be the kitchen, then it's going to be the basement, the bedroom, and I don't know, whatever else, the great room or something. So it's kind of like we're very excited for the next project. We're eagerly pursuing the kind of the next destination. Yeah. But it also feels like it's your responsibility to be seeing the vision of the future and mobilizing your energy in that direction. Because I feel like people are dependent on you. You have an obligation toward others in your life. Maybe a family, maybe you're taking care of your parents. I feel like you're kind of like, you might be a single parent. I'm getting a little bit of that vibe. But I feel like you're responsible for other things. And it's not for you to just sit there in the lap of luxury and just relax with your feet up and the iced tea. Because I can't just indulge in all of this success. You know, I got responsibilities. I got people that depend on me. I got to get up and do this every day. You know, no matter how successful you get, it's like, that doesn't mean I get to lie down. That doesn't mean that I get to stop suffering and sacrificing, you know, for the higher purpose here. Now, what is the higher purpose? Well, it could be the family. It could be, you know, the different things. Okay. But it's sort of, it's all, this is the foundation. This is the star card. This is down beneath the surface. This is what everything is resting on. Your sense of destiny, your sense of, I've got a mission. I've got a path. You've got something inside of you that you're tapped into that's always, it's like you have an internal GPS, an internal compass, and it's always like pulling you in a particular direction. I don't want to break my necklace. It's always grabbing you by the collar and pulling you in a particular direction. And I think it's been a long and winding road, yeah. But you know that this is something that you cannot deny. You cannot go against this star energy, because that's when bad things happen in life, you know. That's when we really feel like we've gotten off course. If we fight against the call of spirit, or the calling of our own vocation, the calling of our own soul, I think it leads to a lot of dysfunction inside of us. You know, anytime I've strayed, what I consider straying from my path, I've gotten into a lot of trouble in life. I've went down roads that really I didn't need to go down. But you know, we could look at it from a more abstract viewpoint and say every road kind of leads to Rome. You know, that every path, every corridor we went down is part of the path. You know. And it could be that we need to stray from our path once in a while to realize why I need to stick to what I'm doing and stick to listening to the star, listening to the soul and the spirit. I think you're somebody with an intense connection with your spirituality. And I think that this is giving you a sense of you're always on the path. You're always following your destiny. The destiny is not a destination. It's the journey, right? It's the living that life that is that destined life that we're living. It is always working toward bringing out of us whatever our soul is really about, right? Whatever message, whatever gift, whatever mission is the essence of our soul right now, it's our duty to mobilize that. It's our duty to do everything that we can to give birth to whatever is trying to enter the world through us. Okay? That's our sense of destiny. We don't know how far we're going to get. We're going to do this till our very last day, our very last breath, right? And so to pursue this is a way of always being committed to our very highest potential and trying to do our very best to honor and respect and give expression to whatever is your essence, whatever your soul is all about, whatever is your destiny and your potential, right? It's kind of our sense of duty, right? And that's the higher principle, I think, that all of this rests upon. And that's why you've been willing to sacrifice and suffer with that hanged man when everybody else is out having a good time. You're sort of in the laboratory, right? Still working. The death card behind you. I think you've had to leave a lot of things and a lot of people behind you. The death card is the card of change. It's the fundamental force of the universe. It is the nature of nature, change, right? And it's usually slow and steady. I think you've had a near-death experience in your life at some point. And maybe that was the moment where we just said, okay, I'm on the path now. I'm never straying from my path. There's a sense of discipline in you. There's a sense of you understanding when things sort of fall away from life, it's a natural process. Some things have to pass away and die for new things to live and grow and come to us. And if we don't have to like the process, we don't have to hope for the process, it doesn't really need our approval. It doesn't need us to be okay with it. But what we could do is try to live in harmony with this and try to be okay with things reaching their natural end. The cycles are concluded. I think that, people pass from our lives. People come in and out of our lives. The only constant in all of that is our spirit. Okay? And, so I think that sometimes you've experienced feelings of loneliness. You've experienced grief and sorrow, to be sure, right? But in some ways, this allows you to experience the eternal. This allows you to get that almost a vision or a psychic sense or a perception of what is everlasting, of the spiritual essence of things. In all of the change, in all of the coming and going of people and places and things, you're able to perceive the eternal spirit behind it all. Yeah. So, I feel the death card back here is an ending. Okay. So it does feel like a transition here from, it's sort of, we have death and we have life. Right, and we have your devotion to the process. It feels almost as if, I'm getting mixed kind of energies right now. I almost feel like there is a transition for you in terms of your rites of passage in life. Okay, and I think everything ties together. It could be that there was going from career to retirement, going from, maybe the kids are leaving the house, going off to college or something. It could be that we're going from university, we graduated, now we're going into the next phase of life, okay? But I think there's some significant transitional event happening for you. It could be the loss of a spouse. It could be the passing of a parent into spirit. Okay, it's a natural event that it's not a tower moment, right? It's not something unexpected and it's nothing like that. I feel like it's kind of a natural thing that's going to happen to all of us. We're all going to experience similar things. It's a natural part of life, and I think that's kind of what was going on. It's either, kind of now's the time. The kids are grown up; they're going off to college, and that's the thing. Or it could be that as we age, our parents are aging, and eventually, we're gonna experience that. Okay, and so we don't have the water energy. We don't have the emotional vibe here. Okay, so there's no water cards. Because I feel like this isn't something that I'm going to say, oh, this is a joyous event for you, or oh, this is it's kind of a somber thing, right? I think it doesn't matter which one it is. What matters is it's kind of a natural flow of life, and it's a naturally occurring thing that happens. And I think that it is, you're able to appreciate that. You're able to appreciate that kind of, the sense of life behind it all. That kind of eternal energy behind it all. Okay, whether you consider this a pleasant or an unpleasant experience right now, it doesn't really factor in. I guess the Empress The Empress is saying that that you are being healed, and it feels like the universe is aligning for your success. I don't know how to define success for you. Okay? The universe has your best interests at heart. The universe is giving you this really big hug. And again, I don't know if it's, we're crying tears of joy or tears of sorrow. Okay? But it feels like this is and it may be that there's a lot of feelings here. Maybe that there's a whole this mix of emotions. Okay. The universe up here at the top, the world card up here at the top, I feel that it's an expansion of your world. So to me, it kind of feels like a graduation, or it feels something, I don't know, if it's freeing in some way. Yeah, because it feels like there have been some restrictions that have been lifted from you. And you're sort of looking out at a new vista of life, and it's just like, wow, the world is opened up now in a new way. Okay? And again, this could be a lot of different things. But the feeling is there that this has really, this has opened up a lot of doors. It's taken down doors, and it's taken down walls and fences and everything, and it's just wide open for you. Okay? So it could be that okay, well now, you know what? Now I have this opportunity to travel. Now I have so many options, different career choices, or whatever it might be. Okay? In some sense, I'm feeling that maybe it does have something to do with the passing of a parent. Okay? Or the passing of some energy that you're obligated to. And in a way, it's now, it's a natural part of life, okay? It just is something that we knew was going to happen at some point, and now it's happening. And now it kind of feels that you're being shown a range of possibilities for your future, okay? And I don't know how to put this into any more delicate terms, all right? So I'll let you extrapolate on your own for that. But the future position, that Knight of Wands, I feel like we are ready for the next phase of the adventure, wherever it might lead us. Okay? So there is this feeling of not being restricted or not being tied down any longer. Okay, it's kind of like, well, now the kids have moved off, they've gone to college, or the kids have moved out on their own, got their own apartment, right? And it's kind of like, we're sad to see them go. I know it's, I can't imagine the day when my daughter leaves the house. She's only 4 now, but it feels like it's going to be so soon. It's going to be a very bittersweet moment. I'm proud. I want her to go find her own adventure and have her lead her own life, At the same time, I don't want to see her go. I want to keep her here with me. So it doesn't matter, really. The fact is the fact. It's happening. It's a natural part of life. I'm going to feel how I feel about it. I'm going to feel all these emotions. But the truth is that she's going and living her life, and I got to think, what am I going to do now? Because now it's like, now my days are open and free, right? It's kind of like now I don't have to wake up with her and take her to school and do all the, like, what about when those responsibilities end? Now what am I going to do? So it's kind of like suddenly my schedule is completely open, and it might be a scary thing. Could be an empty nest kind of thing going on, where it's like, now I got all this free time and it scares the hell out of me. Okay? I think you've got now this kind of, I don't know if it's a bunch of free time, but you've got this range of possibilities and you're excited. I think you know exactly what you want to do moving forward. Now, on the path of the serpent, we see something a little different. I'd also like you to subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. It's free, really helps out the channel here. I appreciate that. Your general energy is this fixed air energy. You're usually somebody that knows what they're doing every day, like you have a schedule. Like we know that, okay, I wake up at this time, I go to work and do this and this and this. We're planners. I think that you're somebody that likes to have an itinerary, okay? But what we see with the Knight of Swords in the actual position of your environment, it's a much different requirement out here now. Now this is more spontaneous energy, just as the Knight of Wands is kind of like this excitement to move forward. We're going to feel at first a little bit confused, right? 5 of Swords, because we're used to having. I'm not going to say you like something or you don't like it, because I don't know. We don't have any water cards. The fact is we're sort of used to, we're accustomed to predictability and to itinerary and to a schedule. That's not what we're getting anymore in life. That's not what we have anymore. And I'm not going to say you like it or you don't like it. What I'm saying is that's what we're used to, and that's not what we get anymore. But the thing is, we can't go back to doing what we've been doing, because life, obviously the force of change, the nature of nature, is always moving forward. We can't go back. Okay? Whether we want to or not, we can't do it. So we have that Prince of Pentacles in the position of sort of the obstacle, and the obstacle really is like, can I just go back to doing what I've been doing? It's like we retire, but then can I just still wake up at 6 and go back to work the next day? You don't have to pay me. Can I just show up and do the work? But we can't, right? So what we're left now is sort of intellectually in our minds, the 5 of Swords. We've got to decide what to do. We've got to decide, how to deal with the range of opportunities, how to make decisions again, how to try to enjoy these the range of opportunities, the vistas that have opened to us, or the freedom or the free time, or whatever it is for you. The Universe card, this could be a very cold and lonely card. This could say that now the kids have gone off to college and I don't know what to do. My spouse has passed, my parents have passed, or whatever. What do I do? It's cold and lonely out here in space, right? Or we could accept that Empress energy and allow that love and that beauty and that joy and that sensuality and that indulgence into our life, and we can say, you know what? The universe has given me a big reward here. The universe is saying that, hey, I made it through that period of time, and this is success. Now I'm excited to do life. I'm excited for what comes next. The universe isn't cold and lonely. The universe is vibrant and full of life and love and opportunity and abundance, right? This verdant energy. Things are growing everywhere. It's not cold and empty and lonely. It's full of life, right? And it's just the way that we are choosing to perceive and the way that we are experiencing this transition in life right now. And so the 5 of Swords, we need to turn that around. And we can turn the Hanged Man around too. Instead of the Hanged Man kind of just doing the responsibility, suffering and sacrificing because there's a higher purpose here, now we can say, hey, I've done it. Now it's me time now, right? That we're emerging victorious from this phase of life. And we're going to embrace not the cold and empty universe, but the vibrant and living world that we live in. And we're not going to be doubting and confused and kind of pessimistic. We're going to turn that around too. We're going to put spirit back on top, and we're saying, I'm ready for the next phase of my adventure. I'm ready for what's coming next. I have all these opportunities now. I'm not scared of them. I'm excited to explore them. Right? I think this is really, really extraordinary. Mystery card. Let's dive into that, shall we? I'm kind of hoping it's going to be a little bit of water energy, because we don't have any, and I want to see kind of what your mood is. Because again, I don't know if any of this is sort of mostly pleasant or mostly unpleasant. So I'd like to see a little bit of the water. I want to see how your emotions are handling some of this, okay? So I'm expecting water. If you have a prediction, put it in the comments. Let's see. Nope. It's another 5. We're just trying to figure it out. We're just trying to think it through and think we're trying to get our thoughts in order here. We're trying to adjust. We're trying to sort of believe new things. We're trying to change our habits a little bit, right? 5 and 5 is 10. The 10 is the 10 of Swords, the bird cage. We're trying to intellectually realize that this is not a bad thing. This is good. This is life. This is success. This is me getting through the bars of this cage. This is me being able to experience a little bit of freedom. This is me spreading my wings now. And so it just becomes an exercise of trying to decide what we want to do with the next phase, the next period of time in our lives. Okay. So, yeah, I mean, that's where we sort of end up, right? Just with this, we're kind of sitting down, and it's like now our schedule is just clear. There's nothing written down in our day planner. It's like, okay, I guess I got to start figuring out a new routine. I guess I got to start writing the story. I got to write my own schedule now. What do I want to do? Well, maybe I want to wake up at 5 a.m. Well, no. I'll wake up at 6:30. Okay, what do I want to do next? Well, then maybe breakfast. So, because I feel like you're someone that likes the schedule, likes the itinerary. But now it's kind of like the Spirit's given you, the universe, the world is giving you the opportunity. Now, here, you can write your own. You can make your own schedule. And if you don't, maybe we'll feel lost, we'll feel aimless, we'll feel listless. So we have to really invoke this air energy, and we have to kind of make a plan for ourselves, what we want to do, how we're going to handle this kind of success, and how we can structure our lives to experience more joy, more pleasure, more empress, and less cold and lonely vastness of space. Now, suddenly we find ourselves alone in outer space, right? No, I think you're going to find yourself in your garden instead. Yeah. We're going to do an extended reading. If you want to stick around, there's a link in the corner. There's a link down below. New readings for Taurus Mondays and Fridays. Be sure to watch both readings. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It is totally free. Doesn't cost anything. Leave a comment and let me know where in the world you're watching from. I want you to know that you're the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you and I love you. And we're all in this together.